just one of those streams where you don't want to stream games. Kind of a pain in the ass, and it's really lame. You don't really know why, but you want to eat a pie. Something in your hands. There we go. I have done the impossible.
This is sincere applause. It's a thing. It's happening, everybody. I am gay.
Am I playing video games today? Oh my god! Where's all my equipment? It's over here. My secret equipment. Needed for games. Changing all the info. The Artisan of Arms. Nico Robbins in this game. You're watching I Am Games, the least on brand stream on Twitch.tv.
Tell me.
Except we're on brand and that we're playing Devil May Cry fucking 5.
You'll be rescuing the guy that killed
that
your
boy.
father.
How many times have you played this game so far, Tom?
A bunch.
Well, he abandoned my mother and I.
I'm currently trying to beat hard mode, or Son of Sparta mode, but I haven't played it in a few days. Been busy with other shit.
Oh my god. Tom, you're alive. You didn't get to stream last week at all.
I know. Stuck that.
What happened to you last Tuesday?
Last Tuesday, I died. I went and got
Devil May Cry.
bad.
Well, you seem like you're not on a cane anymore.
I'm not on a cane. My V cosplay has been abandoned, but it's still kind of bad sometimes. Like you just saw, I just fucking tweaked out, like just standing.
Yeah.
Like, and then coming in the house earlier today, I just fell on the stairs. So I don't know if that was funny. Yeah. We got a sub.
Hey, who is it?
I don't know. Muck Norris, 4 months in a row, comments, bitch, in all caps.
Hey, how the fuck do you start a new fucking game?
I don't know if you can start a new game. You can go to mission selector. You're gonna be like overpowered as fuck.
Oh god, what do I do?
How
How do I make a new? I probably have to just switch my fucking gamer profile, right?
I guess. Go. Yeah, switch the profile.
How do I do that here?
No. I think if you held, I don't remember who does this shit. I used to know where it is.
I used to be a smart man, then I lost my whole brain.
Must be this guy.
Why is it in the power options? It makes no fucking
Who
sense.
fucking knows, dude?
Return to that title screen. Oh,
I
no,
can't hit any
what happened?
buttons.
You probably gotta kill the game and restart it.
I guess.
Probably crashed it. We crashed the poor bastard.
Now we're playing with the New Zealand account because I had to make this to get the demo back.
So, you lived through a spinal injection directly into your fucking spine?
Yeah, while I was awake.
That's fucking intense.
It's
On the last stream, we played Bayonetta and I was bad.
That's unfortunate.
We made it up to the first, like, real boss, you know?
You just
Like,
have-
first, like, 10 life meter kind of boss. And, I only had time for a couple tries, and I was just like, alright, that's it. But,
you have to select a new mission. Delete the save file, then play it on the hardest difficulty. No! I need my save file, it's important.
I think it's setting up a new file for us here. I think that's what all this, information floating all around my head.
Theo wants to know what happened to make us change from the most on brand to least on brand. It was just really cold for a while and we couldn't wear the shirts.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Because we were bundled up. It's getting better now.
We gotta
We're on
go...
the upswing.
We have to find... We have to locate the t-shirt, and we have to, then, you know... Barely visible. Okay. Interesting test.
Yeah.
It's like it's a matter of both tracking down the t-shirt and then like you know, wearing it in the cold. But like we were not selling any shirts.
Well, you know, there's only there's a limited market for these things, unfortunately.
Spoiler filter.
Yeah, don't worry about that shit. We're not even connected to the internet, so it doesn't matter. Horrible wants to know if you're hyped for Sekiro in just 3 days.
Oh my god, is Sekiro in 3 days?
Yeah, it's coming out on Friday.
I put it on the
Ah! Should I pick human or devil hunter mode?
Human Devil Hunter is actually pretty doable. Human is like a cakewalk. Like you just look at it and
Let's
everyone
put it
dies.
on devil hunter then. Because if I'm not pushed to use the mechanics, then I will not.
Yeah. Like, I was playing on easy just to see what happened. You just killed people in like 3 hits. I'm like, oh, this is sad. Everyone in the chat's hyped for Sekiro. I'm just like, the best game of all time already came out. We're playing it right now. Who cares?
I had to read a privacy policy. I thought it was like an in-game thing. Like, I thought it was some weird techno-futurist fucking messaging. And I was like, wait, this is just a privacy policy that I'm assigning, not my character. Oh, there's noises coming out of the phone.
So did you hear? But you probably didn't watch the stream that I did while you were gone or anything. But like we found out there's some weird shit going on. So like, I don't know if you've ever noticed on the PS4 controller, but if you look under the analog sticks, there's a headphone jack.
Yeah.
So you can plug in headphones and just listen to the game audio through there. So it's like, oh, this will fix the echo because I'm by myself and there won't be a problem anymore. So I plugged it in, and there was just no game audio at all anymore.
Oh.
And then when I unplugged them, there were 2 audio sources, but when you plug it in there, there's just no audio at all. So it's like, where's this other audio source? Because it's not. It's fucking weird. It's really stupid.
I come in this bitch and I do what I want. I don't give a damn and I don't give a fuck.
Game audio is too loud.
Gotta turn it down.
I
didn't hear it out of the
We don't
TV
have
at
any
all.
game audio. That's the problem. But see, that's the weird thing, right? Because if you look at the audio, the Elgato audio on there, there's no bars. Like, there's no audio coming through at all.
I mean, I hear it on the TV.
Right, but it's not on. But
Oh my god, I got one arm. The drummer from the Flippers only got one arm. The drummer from the Flippers only got one arm. Yeah. Know that song? It was a song from the late 90s.
Sounds like a
Dante.
Oh yeah. Ohio gozaimasu! Badass, tell me I'm a badass.
kill some fox.
What's going on in the chat there, Tom?
I was doing alright, about like 50% capacity, up from like 10% last time.
I can take you with no arms.
I can't believe you're all the way up to 50%. When was the last time?
Just like where I was a few months ago. Blades tried tier 1 for the 6 months in a row, so Skyler didn't want with the NC5 score. Still loyal though. Also, Tom informed the massive of the 6th photo. Yeah. Sorry that Tom didn't
We just got a new guy.
Oh yeah, Kajuro Bitterthorn subscribed to Twitch Prime for the first month in a row.
Hey!
Fuck yeah.
Welcome to the
I trust
fucking
you.
party.
Can't hear anyone.
This party's getting crazy.
Apparently we're really quiet. Even though our fucking audio is great.
Hello.
You should just listen to it yourself and see if you can detect the words. This man,
Our mic is
that's weird. What was with the, why did this random ass enemy get an introduction like he was a fucking grindhouse character?
Humans helping each other out? What's the world coming to?
audio. So I turned the game audio way down. Hopefully we'll be more audible now, because we can't turn the mic up anymore. It is at max.
It's because I use a condenser microphone.
Alright, anyways, the trivia that Keyblade was talking about is that the guy who did the character design for Dante also, like, worked at Capcom for a while. Then he left. Then he was hired by Sega and did the character design for Shinobi PS2. And that blew my mind to fucking shit. So I was just a fan of this guy's work for like 20 years. And I just didn't know that it was the same dude.
Do I have any kind of spinning attacks right now?
Not yet. You can hold back and triangle to do the upward thing and juggle people in the air and be cool.
Back and triangle?
You have to hold down lock on, which I believe is R1. And then if you hit back, there you go. If you can hold it down, you'll go up with him and can juggle him in the air.
I see. I got one arm! Ah! The Jonathan Flip has only got one arm! Oh, it's the chairman. You could even say he's the chairman.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, well, wait, who was that? Was that Dante?
Yeah, it was Dante. You guys said it's fine before. The game audio was too fucking loud. Yeah, we had to, like, struggle with the Elgato for 20 minutes to get it even work. Because every time you look at it the wrong way, it is a cunt.
The capture itself, capture device had crashed. But it doesn't communicate that when it happens. It just says, 1 moment please.
Yeah.
But it was working just fine as a conduit of video to the television. It just was not working as a conduit of video to the computer.
Some weird shit.
So, basically our resolution was eventually just restart the goddamn computer and see if it works. And it kinda did. There's the fucking voice. Does he have the same voice as Inuyasha?
No, he has the same voice as Ichigo from Bleach.
Is this the boss that quote unquote you're supposed to lose against, but that guy beat it or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now imagine you playing this and beating this guy.
I mean, I don't even think I've heard him yet, have I?
No.
It feels really weird not having a double jump. Because I was playing Bayonetta.
Come on, dude, you can do it. You can beat him. You can beat him with no combos or anything. Or not.
Well,
God, that video was fucking legendary.
I didn't watch it, but it sounded legendary. I wanted to understand what the hell the point was first. Now I do.
If you watch
Is that
video,
Nathan Drake?
yes.
This guy looks like fucking Max Landis or something.
People are saying he looks like the guy who's the actor of Roderick in the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies. I don't know who that is, so I can't say if it's accurate or not.
I think I know what they're talking about. The kid who was the emo one.
Yeah, the older brother.
Yeah.
Dear Tom, you've beaten the unbeatable boss. No, I have not, but I do want to attempt it. The tough thing with this is like to beat the bosses on higher difficulties. There's lots of windows where you can hurt them and like counter their moves, but other moves will punish you for trying to interrupt them. So it's a huge amount of trial and error of basically trying to figure out what moves can be countered and what can't. It's an interesting play.
This game feels like it has like switches between more realistic, like photorealistic moments, and then like much more, you know, cartoony, gamey moments, like in the same cutscene. It's very strange. Looks good though.
There's Morrison, the one black guy in the entire world.
I kept getting confused because this is one of those games where you have to skip each individual cutscene, of which there are like 5 in a row.
Skip them. You watch them all. The cutscene coming up is fucking legendary. Turn on the cutscene subtitles. That way I won't even have to play this game. Banned. Banned for suggesting such blasphemy of not playing the best game ever made.
Well, I'll just let you know, if you're watching me play a game, you're not going to get the complete experience.
That's true.
In more ways than one.
You just skipped one of the coolest cutscenes in video games. You fucking monster.
You just implied that there are cool cutscenes in video games.
Yeah, there are.
I dunk on this ideology.
Have you played Devil May Cry at all? Like, any of them?
The cutscenes are fine.
The opening cutscene for DMC3 is, like, the best thing ever.
This party's getting crazy.
I don't remember him being British, but...
That's how I've always remembered the line. This party's getting crazy.
Yeah, it's not how it's said at all.
I don't know why. That's just how I've remembered it since I was a kid.
Okay, well, your brain's weird.
I think I first heard it on X-Play
Don't do
or
weed,
something.
kids. Look what it does to you. It turns Dante British.
It might be that X-Play had done like a joke in that... I don't know. I just remember that I heard the line that way as a kid. And later realized Dante was not British and was confused.
They want us to talk about new Patreon shit. Which I suppose...
I mean, it's weird. It's the first thought that I had when I like fully read the whole thing is that this is what all the competitors to Patreon look like. Like, do you ever get emails from those competitors to Patreon and shit?
Do you think any of them give half a fuck about me?
I don't know. You get emails from like shit, right? MCNs and stuff.
No,
not anymore. You did before though.
I have like $5 to my name.
Well,
think anybody cares about a 5% cut?
You used to get fucking you used to get sent like tablets and shit, man.
Yeah, from like sketchy Chinese companies that just wanted to sell product. They didn't care about a membership service.
Well, in any case, Patreon alternatives spring up all the time, and they usually look kind of like what Patreon is now trying to look like. Except that it's not clear. Alright, this is what's so fucking frustrating about Patreon's announcement. They have not made it clear what they are actually selling yet. Like, and for how much. Because, like, the way that it's described, it sounds like having a pro account means that you pay the same amount of... you pay the same amount of percentage of your earnings to them as you currently do already. So that would mean that a pro account is no different from the way that it already is. Whereas the new account would be something that you could do where they take a smaller cut of your earnings, but they don't give you as many abilities as a creator.
Right.
If that's what they're proposing, that sounds perfectly fine. You know, if they're not, if the baseline experience for everybody else is going to be exactly the same. However, they were also made it clear that if you already have a Patreon before these changes are made, you have what is called a like founder account or something like that. What was it called?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
And the founder accounts will have the same exact. They're basically just going to become pro members, like right off the bat. But like the way it's phrased, it's like, oh, those people will not be charged any more than they already are. Which raises the question: does that mean a pro account would normally charge you more?
Yes.
So if that's the case, then that means that, yeah, if you become a new patron, new haver of a Patreon after these changes are made, then they're increasing the price of what is the basic features.
Well, here's the weird thing is that like the price they're charging for us as like founders, that's now the price for the light version of Patreon, which doesn't even let you set reward tiers.
Okay, where did you hear this at? Because I didn't.
It's
see
on
that
the page.
That was what the price was going to be?
Yeah, they have all the cuts on each graph.
Oh, I didn't even see that. I didn't see that on the page I looked at.
So there's a higher tier called Platinum, and if you want to have like customer support through Patreon, you got to pay them extra.
Yeah.
And it's disgusting and gross, and I hate it.
I mean, it makes sense that they would do that because it sounds like the biggest thing that they considered to be costing so much money was support. Like, that was what Jack Conte was, like, trying to say was why Patreon was, like, unsustainable as it currently was, is because they had too big of too much support staff, and like we're spending too much time supporting channels or whatever. So I would imagine that this is to compensate for that directly.
I mean, the only reason they were having such problem with support is because they like
their site is run so fucking
yeah,
badly.
They just suck.
Yeah, it's definitely their fault.
Like every time anything happened on Patreon, they'd have to be like, "Oh, we're gonna take this millennial bullshit, fucking gay way of doing things," and it's like, just shut up and fix it. So now they've just like overcorrected, and now they're just cold corporate gay bullshit that I have no desire to associate myself with. And yeah, it sucks.
Well, Dick Masterson had launched New Project 2, but he still hasn't hooked up any actual payment processor to it yet.
No.
So it's fully... It would be a fully functional Patreon alternative. You can even pledge to people.
I mean,
there's just no way to move
exists,
the money.
So if you want something that works now, just go on there.
Yeah. Well, they were down for a little while.
Yeah, they have like a new payment processor that's like not politically motivated either. So at the time,
I don't know why Dick hasn't gotten that together
about
yet.
to get fucking wrecked.
Yeah. Oh god, fuck. I think I'm dead.
You can use a gold orb to revive.
Oh. Do I want to do that?
You only have one.
Then no.
You go to a checkpoint.
And he just dies.
Yep.
The shadow remains cast! Oh, that takes way too fucking long.
Any opinion on the James Gunn situation?
Hilarious, if my understanding of it is correct. Have you heard anything?
All I know is that he's working on Guardians 3 again.
He is, and he's also directing the new Suicide Squad movie.
That's silly.
So what I think happened here, because Suicide Squad was already marketing itself as basically trying to be Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, that was something he was accused of right from the beginning with the Bohemian Rhapsody commercial. Everyone was like, oh, they're trying to copy the like quirk factor of Marvel that's been so successful with Guardians, you know? So Marvel fires James Gunn over some Twitter shit that nobody gives a fuck about.
Sure, yeah.
And so DC goes, well, we'll bank on the idea that probably nobody gives a fuck about this controversy, and we can just hire him to do our movie instead, since we were already trying to copy his movie anyways. And then Marvel, seeing that DC has gotten away with making him the director of their movie with no controversy, goes, ah, fuck. Well, we need him for our movie too. How the fuck, if they're gonna have a movie, we gotta have a movie. So now he's doing both. Now he's both returning to the original thing that he did to be popular and getting to direct the rip-off version from the rival company. And that's gonna be the funniest thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, it's pretty silly.
I mean, the same thing happened the other way around when they.
Is this like a sequel to the original Suicide Squad, or are they rebooting?
It's a reboot.
Already?
Complete reboot.
It's been like...
He said they're throwing out everything.
Well, I mean, good, but that's funnier than the entire James Gunn situation.
Yeah, well, James Gunn's the one throwing out everything.
Well, good, but Lamau.
It's pretty fucking funny, dude. But that's the same thing that happened the other way, because the guy who directed Avengers was brought in to fix fucking...
Yeah, Joss Whedon.
Yeah, Joss Whedon. So, it's really funny. It's... Like, they could... It's so transparent. It's like you couldn't just get another good director. Like, you literally have to share the same guys just because they're that much of a sure thing because they've already done it, you know?
I don't know. Let them be dumb. Captain Wigglemuch says, that's hilarious. You know what isn't hilarious? UK porn ban?
You hear about that?
I did not hear about the UK porn ban.
Well, they didn't ban porn, but they have made it so you now have to show an ID to look at porn.
I'll try to save you some.
And you can buy, like, porn points online by, like, showing your ID at, like, a GameStop card kind of thing. You know, like when you buy Steam points at GameStop.
Are they adding microtransactions to porn?
Search fucking me, dude. It's gotten weird.
Oh my god.
Everything's gotten really weird.
Okay, is the UK just a police state, fucking crazy dystopia now? The answer is yes.
I guess so. I don't know how it got that way.
There's some guy named Winston who read 1984, living in the UK now, just like fuck. It's just real life. Should I buy VPN through my credit card? No, buy with Bitcoin.
I completely forgot I was playing this game.
You are playing a video game.
The cutscenes are unbelievable. There's so many, and they're so long. If you forget to skip them, they just continue.
And they're so good. They're great. They have insane choreography. We got to get Hippo out of there. I kind of agree. Like, Gib in modern Britain has done so many things on Twitter that could get him arrested. As insane as it sounds to say that.
It's true.
Britons! The Britons are coming!
Fucking nightmare hellscape.
The Britons are coming!
Why is every chick in this game so cute? They're okay. They're better than DMC4, IMO. Face scanning, I'm not a fan
God damn,
of it.
you got fucking loading screens for cutscenes?
Yep. So we need a PC or an SSD to fucking speed that shit up. The stream title still says Bayonetta. I changed it. Why?
I'll change you. God, suck. No, oh, there's a whole wide world out there. Increases maximum vitality. You can just buy a blue orb.
Yeah, good in every game.
Oh. Devil Breakers.
Try it again. Hopefully it's correct.
Do I already have these, or do I have to buy them all?
The numbers next to them are how many you have in stock. So you have 3
Oh.
overtures and 1 Gerbera. I'm gonna go piss.
Skills. I want to be able to double jump.
20,000 red orbs.
20,000? Shit! Should I just save them up? I like the sound of the speed one. Oh, there it is. Air hike. Well, I'm just gonna save up for air hike. It's too important to spend my money on anything else. It's really tripping me out. This is the first time we've done IM games since daylight savings, and that's not true. The last one was as well, but I didn't notice it was daylight last time. I think it was just darker.
It got darker faster, and it also didn't start till 7.
Oh yeah, we started mad late last time. Alright, I guess I'm just going into the mission then. So many fucking loading screens. Jesus Christ! These modern video games. And they're loading. Oh, at least there was no cutscene this time. I think I'm in the tutorial. Yeah, this is the tutorial. Not tutorial, but the demo. We're in the demo section. Demo, baby.
Alright, you're back in familiar territory.
Yeah, I'm in Demo May Cry.
They added a bunch of extra parts though.
Yeah, I'm checking it out. I'm scoping it. Oh shit, there's a shadow on the wall. Tom Bones vaping it up real good. Fuck your balloons. Fuck your clique, fuck your community. Fuck your whole life.
Doesn't even watch the intro cutscene. I know! It's alright.
It's a video game, it's not supposed to be
You're
cutscenes.
so stupid.
I never thought I'd see the day that Tom Bone was defending cutscenes in video games.
Have you seen... You haven't seen the cutscenes in this game, so you don't know what you're missing.
That's fine.
I don't know. It
I'll
just sounds
see
like
them.
I'm the one speaking from a more
I'll probably see them eventually.
enlightened perspective if I've actually seen the things.
I just
we're
want to
talking
be
about.
invested in the game before I start having to watch videos.
Well, I guess the difference is that since I'm actually a fan of this series, I'm invested in all the characters already, and I don't need the game to make me feel anything at this point, because I already love Nero.
Every game in the series needs to earn my respect. I hate video games.
You gotta be more flashy than this, dude. Gotta use all your moves. Gotta use that grapple and shit.
What do I know? Do I just need to target? Is all that? Oh, hell yeah! He killed, bitch. Get killed.
I want Tome to have legs and live with Digi forever. I keep saying we have 8 years before Deus Ex Human Revolution happens, so the game takes place in 2027. Then I'll get robot legs and everything will be fine. Did you buy any new combos?
No, I wanted to save up for Air Hike.
The most expensive move in this game costs 3 million orbs.
That's a lot of orbs.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that you would have to play on a higher difficulty to achieve that many orbs.
You get a lot of orbs if you rank up well, if you like score well on levels. You can replay levels to farm for orbs, so it's doable. It takes a bit of doing.
These fucking things that like turn gray when you get close to them are creepy.
Digi's new video: how to know if to skip a cut. How to know if a cutscene is bad in a half second before you skip it. Disgusting.
You only have to ask yourself one question: is this gameplay? And if the answer is no, then skip it.
No. Oh my god. How did you play like Mass Effect?
Well, Mass Effect's not a game that I expected to like. You know, I expected the story to be gripping in that game, so I came into it like, I'm gonna watch the cutscenes because that's the point of the game.
The point of this game is to like see cool shit happen, and the cutscenes have tons of cool shit happening. And then it's like, now you get to do all that cool shit. And you're like, fuck yeah.
But you'll never do anything that looks as cool as what was in the cutscenes, and you'll just be frustrated.
Have you seen high-level Devil May Cry play?
Is it as cool as what's in the cutscene?
It's way cooler. They break the game in half and make it do its bidding. It's insane. Alright, when you're locked onto somebody, hit circle and you can drag them closer to you.
Oh, circle.
Let you keep combos going. Don't ever go full Ego Raptor, my dude. I'm assuming he's referring to you, but I'm not sure.
Ego Raptor generally is not a fan of cutscenes.
Well, Ego Raptor is generally dumb. I'd say to Ego Raptor, going full Game Grump, big mistake.
I generally do favor games that do not have cutscenes, though, because I do not want to have to sit through them.
I don't want to sit through boring cutscenes, but if cutscenes are cool, let them be cool. That was fucking sick, see?
It was alright. I've seen that shit before. Yeah, how many dudes I've seen cut through cars.
Your take on cutscenes is just as shit as your skill at this game.
Well, I haven't figured out how to play this game yet.
You haven't figured out how to watch cutscenes yet either, I guess. I have no idea what's going on in the chat right now. Dan Grumps greater than John Grumps. I don't even give a shit about that. This game is a games and anime though. They got white hair and everything. That just fuels Digi's fire to like skip them. Dude, drop shows. Like, it doesn't matter because it doesn't. Yeah, there you go. It's fucking sick.
I don't know how the fuck I did that.
You have Gerbera as your arm now, so it lets you do an air move like that. Yeah, there. Oh, fucking cool. There's some cool shit happening. Yeah, fuck them up. You just blew up a car with your awesomeness. Fucking sick.
Killed that guy. What's going on in Chatlandia?
Tom, please school this fool
On what?
on how bad your takes are, I guess.
Oh yes, you can actually go into this room this time.
And here we're doing things.
Cool. I was really upset that like this room looked cool in the demo, and then you just like walk in and it just like teleports you to the next area. You have too many. Starring the DMC crew. Are we in the credits or something?
So there's a weird thing in this game where, at certain points you'll be able to see other playable characters. And when you play through the game, it saves that playthrough, and if you're online, it'll show other players. And then there's certain levels where two characters have diverging paths, and you can play online with somebody else. And if they give you props for your cool, stylish combat, you get like bonuses or something. Which I never cared about because I don't do online, but that's what's going to pop up and say it all the time right now. This is just like their AI script because there's no real world people to draw from. H. Keto says, I never expected Tom to be the voice of wisdom. We live in the darkest timeline, for sure.
Voice of wisdom about what?
About cutscenes, I guess. It's a backhanded compliment if I've ever gotten one.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we started
believe-
hella late because our fucking Elgato, as usual, is shitting itself. Plus, the Jew was high and forgot to bring it back up.
I can't believe that people are defending cutscenes in my chat.
Tom or Digi got playing Sega Genesis Collection and playing Shining Force and was wondering why the Genesis isn't known for great RPG games like the SNES is. There just weren't that many on the Genesis. There was Shining Force, Phantasy Star, and like, what else?
I don't think the Genesis generally had as many games as the Super Nintendo.
I don't think it did either.
Super Nintendo has a fuck ton of games.
Just a big deal.
What's it this nasty ass alien shit?
It's gross shit that you're using to open a door.
Demon
Man,
door.
speaking of UK being a horrible police state, like 5 minutes ago, granted, I got so fucking triggered when Ben and Gabe acted all indignant when Nate called the US the best country in the world on the latest PCP, which it is. And his only argument was no subsidized healthcare. Canada can suck a big fucking dick, dude. They're double taxed. Everything is more expensive and you have to reschedule your most mundane doctor's appointments 9 months in advance because they literally aren't enough doctors.
I don't know. Everybody from America.
Yeah, that hot take came. I thought it was going to be a big paragraph about games, and it wasn't about games at all.
Every time someone from America talks about the healthcare system in the UK or Canada, they will mention the long wait times, and make this like it's it's a really big problem. But every time somebody from anywhere else comes to America, they're like, my experience with the healthcare system was a fucking nightmare, and so I have to think that there must be some kind of fair trade-off. If those if it was bad, they wouldn't be complaining, or they would be complaining about it rather. You know. I mean, not to say that no one's complaining about it. A lot of people are, and it is worse in some ways. But clearly, a lot of people think that they are getting a fair trade if they are on the standpoint that what they have is good for them. You know. I guess it just depends on who needs what.
Like, there's negatives to both, but it's not perfect.
No. Neither one is a perfect
I
system.
feel like Captain Google Muncher is saying, like, you guys started an hour early, not late. And I'm just like, maybe, did you know that's like, they changed the clocks and shit? Have you not changed your clocks in like 2 weeks?
Some places they don't even have it, though.
The world is a vampire, suck on my dick.
Tom, how can I honestly, this one's Keyblade. Tom, how can I honestly rant about this game when Digi actively sucking all the fun out of it?
What? How am I sucking the fun out of it?
I don't know.
One sucker.
Spicy.
Was that guy saying he wanted to shit on the game?
I don't understand. I don't know.
I'm confused.
I would agree with Digi on cutscenes, says Kajura Bitterthorn, but I saw that insane scene from Metal Gear 2 that predicted every problem we face today.
Obviously, there's tons of great cutscenes. Like, obviously, fuckloads of games have tons of amazing cutscenes. So, no shit.
Digi.
Yeah.
Next time you can upgrade, get more combos. It's killing me.
Well, I have enough now to get Airhag.
Okay. Also get like red queen combo C at least. That's the one that'll let you hit multiple guys at once.
I seem to be doing fine. I have not had any need.
It's not about doing fine, it's about looking fucking sick. See, this highlights the fundamental difference between the goals of something like a Devil May Cry and something like a Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Because, like, in Dark Souls, it's about, like, staying alive and doing the thing and getting it done. You know, like, this is about not getting the thing done, but, like, how cool you can get the thing done.
Yeah.
And that's why it's more fun.
You have to be able to conceive of what you can do before you can even reach that level. It's like playing a game like this, it's more about like solving the puzzle of, okay, I know all the things that I have at my disposal. What would be the best things to use in each situation? And then to like rapidly recognize the situation as it changes and make decisions on the fly about what needs to be done to keep up the ultimate combo. You know what I mean? While still fending off, you know, doing crowd control and all that other shit. So it's not easy to play that way. And I think that most players who are really good will kick it up to the highest difficulty to push themselves to the test to see if they can unlock the most potential that they can out of the systems. You like to do that and then just play normal mode over and over again and just absolutely clown on everything. So it's an even different experience, I think, from most people who are super huge into Devil May Cry. Like, most of the people I know who play these games seem to be like, oh yeah, I played it on the fucking highest. I'm like, Dante must die. I'm like the fucking god. Tom's like, I just want to kill lots of guys.
Yeah. I mean, let me put it this way. If I was not, like, creatively minded and wasn't, like, making things, I would absolutely, like, be a god at action games like this. Like, that's all I do with my time. You know?
Same.
It's very difficult not to, like, do that now. You know? Like, that sounds like it's so much the skill floor is very low for that, you know? So, unfortunately, my brain is cursed with having thoughts of making things like this.
Illusions of grandeur.
It's where it all starts.
What the fuck do I need to do?
Captain Wigglemunch says, okay, apparently our daylight savings time starts on the 31st of March in the UK. So the UK is technically in the past.
They're in the fucking Stone Age, dude.
Everything is done. Hasselpost subscribed to Tier 2. They've subscribed for 6 months in a row. It says, heyo! Sup? Tom, do you have a story about the leg thing? Please give us some details. Alright, so I had to go all the way into Boston, which sucked because I had to drive there. Or I didn't drive there. I had to have someone drive me there. So I had to go back to my parents' house, and then they had to drive me back this way into Boston, which was stupid. But yeah, there was just like they had to do 3 injections, I guess, because I had two fucked up herniated discs, 2 vertebrae that are bull fucked. So they couldn't put me to like sleep or anything for it. I had to be awake and like know this was happening. So they did 3 needles. The first was like a big needle full of numbing agent, and then they had 2 steroid injections after that, 1 for each disc. And I guess the idea is that like because the medication I've been taking for the last like 2 months hasn't calmed the inflammation that was in my spine, they had to directly inject a steroid into the area to calm the inflammation, which will help relieve the pain. And from there, I have to do physical therapy, and I have to go in for an appointment tomorrow to like check and make sure everything's okay. Yeah, so I was awake and I felt it, and it was not pleasant. I will remember that till my dying day. And I just remember after that, because like there was like a waiting room right outside of where the procedure's done, and there were like other people waiting. And so my legs fucked up, and they're like, "You can't move yet. We need to move you into this wheelchair to wheel you back into the waiting room." And they did. They moved me in just such a way that it fucking like set my leg off. Like, and when it gets really bad, like you just can't help but like scream because like the pain's so bad. So I'm just, all these people are in the waiting room, and I'm just like screaming in agony as they're moving me off the table because I can't do it myself. And it was pretty fucking funny. It was the best thing ever. So yeah, don't need a cane anymore. But there's still moments where like my leg just randomly gives out on me. So when I hadn't moved from the couch in like 4 or 5 days. And then on the 6th day, I was like, I'm going to go get a drink or something from the store up the road. So I got in my car and I collapsed in the parking lot and almost fell into a trash can. That was cool. And then it's happened again a couple times, including today when I fell on you guys' front lawn. That was cool. Yeah. So hopefully they'll like do physical therapy to make it not that bad anymore. It's at like 50% right now. It's weird.
Keep saying 50%, like you've calculated.
Yeah, that was just the first first thing that came to my mind the first time someone asked how much better I'm feeling. So I'm just sticking to my story, you know.
Yeah. You got a blue orb frag.
Let's see. Are you physically cleared by the doctor yet? No, that's what I'm doing tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning.
New guy. Oh boy.
Someone asked if we had any funny interactions with other people this week, and this is like
interactions.
We have clearly undersold how like isolated both of us are.
No, you know, me and May went to the St. Patrick's Day parade.
Oh, that's true. You did break
the other day, which was about 1 million normies in the streets, drunk off their asses. I was wearing a Walmart like Viking hat, like it's like a green hat with Viking horns coming out of it, and like green like braids. It looked really stupid, and we were just like, we were at Walmart the day before, just like looking at their little fucking, you know, their tiny little Saint. I can't even remember the name of the thing I'm trying to talk about. St. Patrick's Day selection. We just grabbed whatever because we wanted to have something green, you know, guaranteed. Luckily, I also had all green clothes, so you know, I looked pretty ready. But you don't have any healing items in this game, do you?
No, they took them all out.
Oh boy.
I
guess I killed them both. Anyway, so yeah, some random dude tried to like buy my hat off of me for $20. He kept insisting. He was like, "Yeah, dude, I'll give you $20 for your hat, man." And I was like, "No." All right. Like at first I was like, "No," because I was like, "Get the fuck away from me! I don't want to sell the hat." But then he said something like, "It's the only time you're gonna wear it," and I was like, "Well, that's true, and I've already worn it for some of the time I've been here." So I was like, "All right, if he pulls out $20, I'll give him the hat." But then he was like, "Where'd you get it?" And I was like, "Walmart," and he was like, "Oh. Should have said you made it yourself." And I was like, no, it's retarded. You couldn't tell this was a fucking Walmart hat. It literally looks like...
I guess you just thought you were a shitty artist.
It just looks like a $3 piece of fucking plastic. Not plastic, but yeah, no, that guy was a total dick. There was a lot of douchebags around.
It kind of reminds me of an interaction I had in a similar vein when I was working at Apple. This weird Indian guy comes in looking for a case for his iPhone. And so I'm showing him around all the cases and stuff. He wasn't really digging any of them. And I had to take out my phone for some reason. He's like, I want that case. And I'm like, oh, I just ordered this like online. He's like, I'll give you $15 for it. I'm just like, I don't think I can do that. Like, I don't think I can just sell something in here while I'm working at the store.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think that flies. But he was insistent for like a solid 15 minutes, just kind of following me around, doing my thing, and offering me money. So I finally just did it to shut him up. And yeah, I got $15 for my phone case. While working at Apple. It was very weird.
How much is your phone case worth?
Less than that. So I did make money on the endeavor. But I paid with my time. I had to deal with insistence.
You sell him the phone case, instantly drop your phone, breaking it.
Well, that's what I was afraid of. And all the cases at Apple were like, you know, $25, $35 because, you know, you're at an Apple store. So it's not like I could, like, just get another one right there. Did you buy any combos?
No.
Oh my god. How is this real? You're gonna fight the first boss with one... Oh god. Oh god. Oh.
How many am I supposed to have? God damn.
All of them by now.
How?
Just do it because I don't know. You do it. You get.
What did you just like grind and get all the combos?
No,
before you played?
the first thing I did was like buy combo C, which like makes everything more fun. And then you gotta buy the aerial combo so you can like do that. Oh man, you're getting a lot of face palms in the comments, dude.
How would I have known?
I don't know. I feel like I'm unfairly judging you, but at the same time, I just my soul, my inner fanboy demands certain conditions happening, and it's not.
I just figured I'd breeze through the part I'd already played before, you know.
Oh, I guess that's true. You did already do this. What are your thoughts on phone cases in general? I think it's stupid that everybody is so obsessed with the thinness and shit of their phone, and they put like a 17-pound piece of plastic on it to cover up the sexy design and the thinness that they love so much. I think someone should just make a phone that's a tool, doesn't need a case, because the phone is the case. And it's big and it's thick and it has a huge fucking battery, so I don't have to charge my phone twice a day. And it's not designed to literally fall apart if I look at it the wrong way. But then that'd be a product that'd be built nice and would be built to last and not to force you into upgrading to the next one every year.
I don't use a case on my phone.
You don't even use your phone 90% of the time.
MKBHD sold me that you didn't need a case.
Well, when you're MKBHD and you have a fucking mountain of phones, if one breaks...
You just gotta take good care of it. Just don't break it.
Your phone looks pretty beat up.
Which one?
Your phone.
My Google phone?
Yeah.
It's got a couple little...
It's taking a beating.
Guess the phone still works.
See, he said it still works.
I guess you're right. Tom, you're gonna like the Energizer phone.
Right. How do I...
The Energizer phone does look sick. I think
Energizer's making a phone?
Oh my god.
It's more like they made a battery and put a phone on it, because like the phone is literally this thick and has like a fucking 15,000 milliamp hour battery, which is like, you know, 6 or 7 times the size of a normal battery.
Sounds amazing.
And I'm just like, these dudes know what's up. What do you guys think about Nintendo taking down ROM sites while at the same time not offering consumers the option to play a lot of their older games? That whole Nintendo and that whole thing is gay. Like, they already got busted for back during the Wii days of when you bought like Mario on the Virtual Console. They looked at like the metadata of it, and it was like just a ROM they had downloaded on the internet from some guy, and now they're selling it. So fuck Nintendo when it comes to ROMs. I feel no guilt at all pirating all of their shit. Because, like, they're pirating it themselves and selling it back to me. So. We did touch on the Patreon shit a bit earlier, Zargi.
Yeah, we talked about it.
You saw Victor in LA? How is he these days?
He's the exact same as he's ever been. Nothing has changed about him in the slightest. I mean, if you listen to Vic and Hope, you hear him telling the stories. He's doing the same. He's doing the same stuff.
He's being a good boy.
I'm getting my balls rocked this round. What's going on? How do you dodge when you're in the air?
Double jump.
It's true, I do have the double.
If you save your jump, you get iframes every jump. So if you jump, start hitting, when he punches you, you just double jump, you'll have some iframes and dodge through it.
Jump too early.
You have 1 pixel of health.
What if I did the whole thing though?
It'd be pretty legendary.
What if I did the whole game on that 1 pixel of health?
That'd go up on YouTube for sure. 1 pixel. Oh no, he punched you.
Well, there goes my ambition.
It's alright. The dream isn't dead.
I really wish it wouldn't ask me this every single fucking time. I'm just gonna use the gold orb so that it doesn't.
It'll still ask for red orbs.
Well, again, can I turn that off?
I don't think so.
It just makes dying take forever.
That's why you're not supposed to die.
Dante must die.
There goes your motivation. You got me. You got me. I'm not up on the DMC memes. I was never in the fandom, quote unquote. So I'm learning about them now. This is the first game that came out when I was like actually attached to the internet in the entire series. So I'm getting some of that culture that I didn't have before.
What are they saying? What's the meme?
Motivation. There's a line in Devil May Cry 3 when you're fighting Virgil, and he's like, "Show me your motivation," and so that became a DMC meme that I've just become aware of.
Show me your motivation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck your butt. That should be a line in DMC.
Well, in DMC Devil May Cry, there is a legendary line that's just Dante and the boss yelling "fuck you" to each other back and forth a couple times.
Yes, I am aware of that one. It is retarded.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Oh,
people are like so mad, like this is such a cringy line. I'm like, you're bitching about this game in the series where the first game had "I wanted to fill your dark soul with light" as a high emotional moment. Like,
yeah, that line's honestly even worse.
Like, yeah, it's just like, come on. That was always funny, like, oh, GMC Devil May Cry ruined, like, the cutscenes. They're so shitty and, like, have terrible dialogue. I'm like, have you played these games? Like, at all. They're all bad in their own special way. You guys seen the Spanish DMC video? Yes, I have. And I've seen the PC mod where they mod a sombrero and a big mustache on it. Maybe even funnier. Alright. Things are happening now, dude. You get back in the swing of it.
Staying in his ass.
What you gotta do.
It's like Dark
If you can
Souls.
stay alive until he gets back out in the main area, their green orbs will heal you, so. Also, if you start getting sucked in by that thing, if you break a Devil Breaker, which is L1, you'll break out of it. You'll lose the breaker you equipped, but you won't take any damage. So, you know,
Can
decisions.
I hurt him by just pressing L1 randomly whenever I want?
I believe so, but you only have 3 shots.
No.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that. The game just told you what I said. Tom, how much do you regret not getting Resident Evil 2 at this point? I have Devil May Cry 5. What do I need Resident Evil 2 for?
It's true, he doesn't even care anymore.
It's like this game, but slow and scary and gay and worse. Yeah, there's a green orb right there. There you go.
Oh,
Back in fucking business!
We didn't expect a full fucking heal.
Well, your health bar is still very tiny. So.
Damn it. Shitting on my fuck.
You can also grapple him to instantly get close to him instead of like having jump
Yeah.
up.
Keep forgetting about
I think that also resets your double jump after you do that. There should be more green orbs if you need them scattered around. There you go, make a wheel on them for a bit. Yeah, fuck them up. Is this game harder than Dark Souls? Not even close. Dark Souls is way harder.
I mean, you can play this game on human mode, and apparently it's a fucking cakewalk.
Yeah. I mean, I think you could make the game as hard as Dark Souls in a different way if you're playing on like Hell in Hell mode.
Yeah.
Hell in Hell is where all the enemies are super strong and you die in one hit, so... At that point, it's pretty fucking hard. Might even be harder than Dark Souls at that point, but I think, you know... Not
Dark
exactly
Souls-
a fair comparison.
Dark Souls is difficult to make that hard. Because Dark Souls will never, like...
Dark Souls is hard, but inherently
you-
fair. Dante Must Die mode is really not. Or
I mean,
Hell in Hell mode is
The
not
thing is
fair.
with Dark Souls is that like the hardest you can make the game possibly is to be so level 1 and like just use shields, but like the enemies are never going to get any more difficult. Like they'll always move just as slow. It'll just be about like not getting hit, you know. Like whether you can kill a boss with just a shield at level 1 or just like a regular sized sword at level 10. Like, it would be just a matter of time is the only difference as long as you're dodging everything perfectly, you know? Whereas with Devil May Cry, you'd have to literally play better. And I think there's a higher skill ceiling by a long shot.
People really want subtitles on. Also, want to shout out to Muck Norris for
I
the.
wasn't really planning to watch these cutscenes. I just kind of wanted to take a second after beating a boss, you know.
I just got buried. Shout out to the comment saying Digi's dead weight. Another good DMC 5 meme that has just been birthed.
Oh, what is it? Dead weight.
Dead weight, yeah. Because in the beginning, after you get your ass beat by the supposedly boss you have to lose, Dante's like, "Get near out of here, just dead weight." That's the new hot meme.
Why is that a meme? What's funny about it?
It's just one of those things that proliferate, dude.
Does he say it in a funny way?
No, just in a very serious way. But if you're not motivated enough, you're dead weight, you know? That's just how it rolls in the DMC realm right now. That's how it is. How can you play DMC without watching the cutscenes? You know, you already had this discussion. That's on Tiggle Biddies 404. Were you not high enough already? Jesus fuck, dude.
That was my reaction to dead weight.
Now he's definitely dead weight.
Big cheese ballin'. That fucking face. That's such a weird, sassy face. Whoa, what the fuck is that? Is that an arm?
It's a big drill arm.
What is this, Project Arms?
Yes.
Alright, how do I get new combos?
Go to Red Queen. Buy Red Combo C, I believe, is the best one. Yeah, you want that one first.
Okay.
So that'll let you do, you know, you swing the sword around so you can hit multiple dudes at once.
Oh yeah, I love the sound of that.
And then you want Streak as well. IMO. And then, they have splits. Go up to split's also good to get, because it gives you another combo in the air.
Alright, I've got fucking combos. What the hell is Xseed?
That was rev your sword. There's a whole super complicated thing with Nero. So you do your normal combos, but while you're doing your combos, after every single hit, if you press, I believe, R2 at just the right frame, it charges your next swing. So if you're just hitting triangle and perfectly hitting R2 in syncopation with it at the right timing for each individual move, you can charge your sword and keep doing charge hits.
So it's like the Neo thing, but to the extreme.
Yeah.
That's great.
Instead of on the end, it's in the middle of every single fucking hit.
That makes me really happy to know that that's in there.
You can also rev it manually, but that's gay, and why would you ever want to do that? It makes you look stupid.
Big cheese ballin'.
Nico's best DMC girl? I don't know, dude. DMC 3 lady was pretty choice. DMC 4 lady was even better.
DMC 3 girl has really fucking... She's hot. The one on the motorcycle with the rocket launcher, right?
Yeah, lady.
Yeah. Is her name Lady?
Her name's not actual lady, but Dante just calls her lady. Don't tell her her name throughout the whole game. Whatever you say, lady.
I gotta imagine that's really hilarious in Japanese. Because he probably is calling her lady in English. He's probably saying like lady, you know, or some shit.
Who knows?
That seems like what it would be.
Alright, you gotta get on
I
that
gotta
thing.
run on this thing?
No, you gotta get on the fire thing.
Oh.
And it lights up. Then you hold down R2. See, there you go.
Oh.
You gotta do that. And then
Oh, I'm a flying boy. I'm doing a hook shot. That was retarded. Alright, now I'm on the roof. Is that bad? Oh, those are bad.
Yeah, nothing's happening.
Come down here, you faggot. Alright, how do I use my other combos?
The other combo you bought is triangle, triangle, pause, and then keep hitting triangle, you'll do the other one.
Let me see. Just like launches you.
I think I'll handle the closer one first. Gotta start somewhere.
Can't stand his fucking voice.
How often do you sell your old games? I used to do it all the time, but now that I have actual money and I'm not a poor high school student, never. So
Same.
it's all about the shelf dick. You gotta have a nice big shelf of games, makes you feel powerful.
I just find that, like, it's like when I was a kid, my mom would always tell me, like, you gotta be careful selling your games because you're gonna want to play some of them later. And, like, I would always, you know, I would only sell games I didn't like or had no intentions of beating or, like, just didn't think I ever would. But there were definitely a lot of games I wish I hadn't sold later on.
Agreed.
Because they were the ones that, like, you know, that were just, like, too hard for me as a kid. Or, like, I just didn't get it. And then later I hear it's, like, a great game and I've played other games like it now. And I'm like, okay, I think I could like that game if I played it today. But, you know, thankfully, almost all those games are available for emulation. So,
Yeah.
um,
I would just constantly like use games to buy more games. Like I was the perfect like
Same.
GameStop sucker. You know,
I
did
didn't
that
do
all
it
the
a
time.
ton. What the thing is that what me and Victor would do is we would have these times where we were like, all right, we want to buy this new game, but like neither of us has any allowance coming up or any birthdays or anything, so we would round up anything that we wanted to sell. Like it didn't have to just be games, just like any media we had that we didn't want anymore. We would round up and take it to a resale place, and then also like look for all of the quarters and the couches and shit all over the house.
Jesus, hardcore.
Yeah, and just like gather as much money, because there would always be fucking shitloads of change all over the house. Like my dad would just throw his change wherever, you know. So like,
Can't even imagine such.
this is the days before, you know, cards were everything. So I can't imagine it would be nearly as much change now. But yeah, he would just like toss his fucking change all over the place. So we'd find all these quarters and the couches and shit, and then put together however much money came as a result of all that. And usually it was just enough to buy one game, you know. Like no matter how much you build up, it's like, well, we have enough to buy a game.
We're taking this fucking thing.
Tear this fucking thing down, bitch. I'm fucking Nero, dude. Fuck. Did you hear him say fuck?
I don't know. I don't know if
He said we're gonna tear this fucking thing down.
No.
That's why I was saying he said fucking.
He's pretty mad right now.
I
Get his
guess
arm
so.
ripped off. You'd be a little perturbed too, I think.
I mean, I say fuck for no reason all the time. Dude,
Sure.
sometimes I listen back to myself talking and I realize.
There we go. Finally, there's a new combo.
Oh, well, how did I do it?
You just triangle twice, then pause, and then you
Oh,
keep
that
hitting
was the
triangle.
one. That guy.
Yeah.
Okay. How do I do the other thing I got?
The air one, you mean? Oh, that
I
one.
think I got that.
Yeah, it's just forward and
And then I think there was another thing I got.
yeah. If you do the back move where you go into the air, if you just hit that same move again, you'll do a cool slice back down. It's a good way to finish off an aerial combo.
So like
Yeah, it's that, but backwards on the stick instead of forwards.
I saw something float.
It was like, I think, brick. He couldn't before because Nero was a church boy with a church GF. True. Dude, kind of bummed that you don't actually see Kyrie in this game. She's just a voice. Just hear her on the phone.
Maybe it's a super secret content that nobody's found yet.
Right? They couldn't bother to model her, I guess. They couldn't find a bitch they wanted to face scan. Ninja Jeff is saying I don't like the dialogue in this game as much because they swear a lot, and it's just like I'm so just desensitized to cursing. I don't think I even noticed that there was more swearing in
Well,
this
that's
game.
what I was trying to say is that like I swear so much, and when I listen to myself back, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I literally can't tone it down because like there's no reason for me to not swear in my day-to-day life at all.
Sure,
like
yeah.
I can do it at work.
I'm ruined.
I can do it at home. I can do it anywhere. There's nobody I don't have to swear in front of at present. So, like, I just don't even begin to think about it. And I don't really think anybody gives a shit. Like, I don't think that there's anybody who's going to hear me swear and be upset by it unless I was doing it in front of their children, like, aggressively, you know? Like, unless I was very audibly swearing in front of someone's children.
Agreed.
I don't think anybody is going to complain about me swearing.
Except my mom.
So, and my parents both swear constantly, so I don't have to worry about them.
I can't even imagine that.
But it was really funny because, like, we saw my granddad, and I couldn't really get... I mean, he didn't seem like he gave a shit if he swore. He swore plenty. But it seemed like my parents didn't want to swear as much in front of him, kind of thing, or like they didn't want to show him anything too vulgar, kind of, because they thought he wouldn't enjoy it.
Huh.
But like, I don't know, he didn't seem to give a shit to me. Like,
I don't know. Another thing you can do in this game is you hold down square, reload your gun with more powerful bullets. You can shoot 3 really big bullets.
whoa. As soon as you let go, it fires.
Yeah. Then you have 2 more in your chamber. That's like those 3 little icons up there for how many charge bullets you get. They actually do a significant amount of damage, so they're worth using. See, that's when you gotta do the combo C, because you can hit both of them at the same time.
Right,
It feels good.
It's hard to act.
Yeah. Dante is a pure good boy virgin who likes strawberry sundaes. I swear if they corrupt him, I'm gonna end Capcom. I don't know, dude. Dante hangs out with women all the time. I feel like he definitely fucks. I don't think he's a virgin.
Oh, I blew myself up.
Yeah, that was an explosive way to end that encounter. Yo. Dante Cannon has no bastards running around. Alright, it's true. Dante's a gay cowboy. That's another meme.
Dante is a gay cowboy. That's a meme.
Sort of. It just became an in-joke because the DMC Devil May Cry director is on record saying Dante in the previous game looked like a gay cowboy.
I see.
So with those dudes, when they glow purple, they don't stagger. So
Why is dodging so goddamn difficult?
It's just R1 and left, right, and X. I would prefer a dedicated dodge button. Agreed. But I mean, jumps have iframes, so I kind of just use jumping for dodging for the most part.
Song sounds like an M. Strange song or something.
It's pretty cool. Dante fucks an electric demon stripper that looks exactly like his mom. He is the ultimate alpha dude. It's true. I don't know if he ever fucked Trish, but that would be pretty weird. Did you? I don't know if you're up on your Devil May Cry lore, but in the end of Devil May Cry 1, or in the beginning, I suppose, you find out that the Trish is a demon designed to look exactly like Dante's mom in order to sympathize him to get him onto Malay Island, and yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember some shit like that.
So, Dante fucks a bitch who looks just like his
I don't
mom.
remember it being quite that autistic, but I believe it.
It's exactly what happened to Canon. I chose to believe he bangs lady on the rig. Yeah. I'd like to think that.
Bingo.
Tom, what's your favorite movie? Fuck. Heartstring Marionette. It's one of them.
Yeah, you put that up there.
It's my favorite of the three, for sure.
Was he asking your favorite M. movie?
No, just movie in general. I would put it up there. I really do love Heartstring Marionette.
What else would you put up there?
I don't know. My taste in movies is eclectic and like not.
I mean, I guess
good.
so. If you'd put a fucking crazy ass M. Strange.
Like my like 3x3 of like movies would have like, you know, Heartstring Marionette, a fucking Avengers movie, fucking what's it fucking called? I'm blanking on the name. It's like the Maltese Falcon. Spider-Verse, unironically, and like that's, and Godzilla. That'd be like my 3x3, just like all over the fucking place. It
The
makes no
Maltese
sense.
Falcon, is that a that's like an older movie, right?
Yeah, I had a big film noir phase for a while.
Noir, that's what it is. How much noir did you watch?
Not a whole bunch, because this was, you know, a while before you could just like, I'm gonna go on the internet and find the movie.
Yeah.
But I was watching a couple of them. It's like back in end of high school into college.
I did this. What the fuck is that? What is this?
Well, they explain if you look around the room and you can line up some like graffiti to make a symbol, you can do a secret mission.
What the fuck?
It's a little puzzle you gotta figure out.
You gotta line up graffiti? What does that
And
mean?
they're just like like the graffiti. There's like a sigil like spray painted all over the room, and if you line up the camera while you're standing on that to make it form the actual sigil, they'll let you do a secret mission.
That's fucking weird.
It is. It's pretty cool.
Is this ready to go?
If you hold down on the left analog stick, like press down the button, it'll show you the direction you have to go.
Oh.
So
And press what button?
just press down on the left analog stick while not moving. Just hold it down for a second. It'll go that way.
Oh. Sicko mode.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's a tiny little fucking hole.
You want me to follow you?
You gotta fight new enemy.
Oh, I can break these whole fucking bookcases. Fuck yeah. Oh, it's cool. Oh, it's these fuck boys.
Yeah. There you go. Fucking wreck him. The amount of like DMC1 references this game have really makes me happy. There's more face palming, but I don't know why. You actually like disperse that first senses pretty fucking well. They can die when their faces are red like that, so.
Oh, you can like, do you have to kill them while they're like that?
No, you'll chip them down eventually. When you lock onto a guy, the circle that's shrinking is its HP.
That's what I thought.
So you can kill him regularly, but if you hit him when his face is red like that, it's an instant kill.
Oh.
And it bumps up your stamina meter a lot.
Well, I got him anyway.
What is going on? So much. I don't watch movies or live action TV shows. Does anybody? Anyone? I guess they do.
Anyway, I was going to talk about film noir.
Yeah.
I did a blog post one time where I was trying to trace all of the influence of film noir in anime, of which there's not a ton of like overt reference, but the main ones were like the Big O, which straight up has like copies of Metropolis and shit laying around, and like lots of not that Metropolis is noir necessarily, but like, you know, it's related tangentially. Cowboy Bebop obviously has the whole Pierre LeFou episode. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
And Ghost in the Shell has like been considered to have noir influences. I don't know if that's just something people have said about it because they think it sounds cool.
I don't know. I mean, maybe they're like certain. Like, they do mean like the movie, right?
I guess.
I guess there are some shots in the movie that could be considered noir-esque.
Yeah, I mean, like even the show, like plot-wise, I guess there's some similarities to the stories of noir cinema, but I don't know. It's not as blatant as Cowboy Bebop episode like 19 or 21 or whatever it is. And
Digi, do you want to finish
Big O.
anything special for your 1,000th completed anime according to Matt? Are you close or something?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I might be. I probably will try to make it something special or interesting. I did that for my 1,000th total entry. Well, like I'm usually aware when I'm coming up on like a certain milestone, and like a bunch of the time when I'm about to hit another 100 completed, I usually try to make each 100 a like classic film I haven't seen yet. So like when I hit like 600 or 700, I did Tokyo Godfathers. For one of them, I think I did Hakujaden, which is like the first ever color anime film. So I'll probably do something like that. I'll just try to figure out like what film that's like of deep importance that I still haven't seen yet somehow should I fucking watch, which there are, you know, there's plenty of those to go around. I still haven't seen Whisper of the Heart. I was gonna just save it for Ghibli Cast, but we haven't done a Ghibli Cast in a long time. And I don't know when we're gonna do another one. So are we gonna talk about this fucking Google console?
Oh yeah, the Stadia.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really interesting idea. I just don't trust Google to do it.
I don't think it'll work.
I mean, apparently they've done some public testing and it seemed to be going over okay. I think it has the potential if it gets like any adoption, and it does sound like they're absolutely just targeting normies with this. You know, like you're not going to get any PC gamers to be like, yeah, I'm going to give up my ability to use mods and like customize my hardware to fucking stream. Like no one's going to do that. But like console normies who just play COD and shit, or play Assassin's Creed every year. Like,
I think that I mean the whole like ability to just transfer between all screens you have is pretty fucking cool. You know, I think a lot of people will like that.
I think the idea that they
if it works,
they're really alleviating a lot of the pain points on consoles. Like they never compared anything to PC; they were always comparing to consoles.
Mm-hmm.
So like, oh, there's no game downloads. You play a game within 5 seconds. Oh, there's never any installs or uploads or downloads or patches. It just all like those are all the things people complain about with consoles. You know?
Yeah.
Because like with PC, I suppose it's less of a painful experience. But like with consoles, that sucks. So, and like also, oh, we're gonna bring back couch co-op and shit because we, you know, since it's all instance based, like couch co-op is like feasible with our hardware setup, or our data centers. So I'm like, well, that's pretty fucking cool. I missed that. So the ability to be instant on, no updates, like it's like restoring kind of like the old selling points of being a console gamer over doing PC back in the day, which I definitely like. Like that's, yeah, you're checking my boxes, and like just be getting rid of like specs, you know, of just like it doesn't matter. Like your hardware is constantly scaling, and you don't need to. Like the specs of the box itself, like doesn't matter because it's always growing, and then the specs of your client system don't matter because it's just a client, it's not running it. So like, oh man, I don't have to keep worrying about buying $500 graphics cards, you know, every 2 years if I want to keep playing games. It's just like, oh, I can buy a Chromebook for $200 and get a comparable experience to running this on, you know, $1,000, $2,000 system.
So how much does the actual Google thing cost?
They haven't said, and that's the whole thing. Because, like, here's the problem.
Because it is a box, right? They keep saying it's not a box.
No,
but
there is no box. It just runs in Chrome.
Okay.
So you can run it
so
on,
it's basically an app.
It's a service, yeah. You can run it on anything. That's the idea.
What the hell is the box they kept showing?
They didn't show a box.
Maybe it was just like a PC box, PC tower that kept showing up in images, and I was like, is that the thing, or...?
No, it's just, it runs on anything. Like, you could technically run that on, you know, the little, like, netbook that I sold you. Like that can run Assassin's Creed. You know, that's the idea. Cause it's just a client. And like that's pretty cool of not having to upgrade your hardware. I know like hardcore PC tweakers are always going to want to have control of their own system, but if you just want to play video games,
what the hell is going on in this fight? What am I supposed to be doing?
You're supposed to grapple on those like you were in the level. It was teaching you a mechanic for the boss fight. You grapple on those up to her because she's going to do some fucking uber death move if you don't like stun.
I see. She was doing that for a fucking minute.
It gave you some leeway, for sure.
They were definitely like, you don't know what the fuck is going on, so...
But yeah, they're selling a controller that you can use with it. But obviously you can use whatever you want.
Yeah. Damn.
But the problem is it's fucking Google, you know?
Right.
And I don't trust them.
Okay, like... My stance on this thing is that if it worked exactly like they showed, and it worked for everybody just as well, it would be an absolute fucking game changer. It would be like, not only would it be competing with all the consoles, but it would be a major asset in YouTube competing with fucking Twitch. Because they're trying to make it, you know, easier to stream through their console, just to fucking go, you know? No strings attached, but they're obviously only going to let you do that through YouTube, you know?
Right. I mean, you could always go through OBS, I'm sure, to get a video out of it.
Yeah.
But natively, it's only going to support YouTube.
And then, like, they have the whole ability to switch between any devices and be on the same save. I think there are people who legitimately are going to be like, I'd rather stream games just because I can do that, you know? Like, a lot of people are going to say, like, I don't want to stream a game if I can just play it natively, because obviously there's a million reasons a stream can go wrong. And as some people have pointed out, streaming at high quality uses a lot of bandwidth. Not everyone's ISP even provides that much bandwidth per month, much less, you know...
You skipped the cutscene where there was a naked chick. Probably good for us, but...
I had no idea there was naked chicks in this game.
Yeah. Or
were there naked chicks in any of the other games?
No. I just realized you didn't skip the cutscene yet because you didn't beat the boss. You died to the boss. So don't skip the cutscenes after this.
Shit, am I gonna get to see nipples?
I don't know if there's nipples.
Am I gonna get to see some fucking tits?
There's some ass.
There's a big difference between seeing nipples and seeing ass.
It's very true. There's a tier list for sure. Capex Suji Boy, shake my head. Just like pirate your games.
Well, anyway, what's the thing about the Google thing is that if it works just as well as they said, which it won't, no matter what, it won't, because first of all, not enough people have good enough internet for this to be viable
Agreed.
for everybody. Like, Wi-Fi sucks most of the time. We happen to have FiOS, so it's pretty okay here. We rarely have internet problems, but we do have internet problems. You know, it's not perfect 24/7. So, like... Oh, God, how am I meant to get the fuck... Do I have to... There we go.
Oh god. I've never seen what it does when it charges. So maybe you'll die instantly.
Fucking damn it. Is this thing... Can I
It's got-
kill
if you
this thing?
shoot them, they'll go back where they're supposed to go. Yeah. So,
Oh, okay, he's another one. I
yeah.
didn't realize they were those. No, 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 no. Did she already drop it? Am I already killed?
I think you got it.
His world is killed.
It's a huge window. Maybe they just give you the first one.
But like, yeah, I don't think anyone's internet will be good enough for the thing to work as well as they advertise. And then, like, on top of that, I just don't think it'll work that well because were you around when Google Wave came out?
I mean, I was around, but I wasn't like I never used it. I know.
Did you watch the original press conference for it?
No. I didn't
'Cause,
know shit
like,
about Google back then.
It was similar to the one for this. It was one of those like they were
yeah.
really like making it out like we're about to change the fucking entire future of the world through this new thing we're about to launch, you know? And like it looked incredible and it had blown my mind at the time cuz like Google Docs' whole like multiple people can edit the same document at the same time thing, that started from the Google Wave thing, which was like pretty mind-blowing at the time. But it was meant to be like more of a forum that was like live for everybody in it and where you could do that, you know? It was an interesting system and like a lot of people I knew were excited about it for its potential in stuff like anime blogging. But fucking it released and it just ran like garbage. Like it just ran like complete garbage. It took like minutes to load any page. You know, there was tons of latency between different people trying to type at the same time. It sucked, and they got it to be like better but never great. And then they just killed it eventually when nobody gave a fuck. So I look at this and I go, all right, what you're describing does sound like it would change a lot of things. It would be like a major shakeup to the industry, and like they seem like they've planned it really well because of the fact that they held off on announcing this until they had it looking as good as possible, obviously, you know. They released it during a down period where nobody else is releasing any consoles, and the ones that are out have been out for a while, you know. So like they're not in huge competition with the other console people this holiday season. And if it actually works, it'll be fucking dank. But I just don't see any chance of the fucking thing working. It just seems improbable. Seems like too much of a leap forward from what we already have, you know?
It's weird because like they did do the public test in December and it worked fine.
Okay, didn't Steam release a streaming platform like this already?
They released a streaming platform. They just released a box.
What the hell does their thing do?
It just streamed your PC.
Okay, so it wasn't streaming from like a non... Well,
NVIDIA did something like this for a little while, and there was a company called OnLive that was built around basically the same features, and they bombed pretty bad. But of course, internet speeds improved greatly since then.
Right.
So, and I'm sure Google's tech is probably way better than what a startup has on hand.
Well, that's kind of how they're billing it. Is like, look, we've got the tech to make this possible, and I'm just like, but do you really? Because
Yeah.
I've seen you say that before, and then not have had the tech to actually deliver what you thought you were going to make.
There's an interesting video that came out like immediately after, and I don't know how it happened. They must have had special access. Digital Foundry, you know that channel?
I've heard of
They
it.
do like the screenshot comparisons and stuff, and like show graphics comparisons on video games. That's like their big thing.
Yeah.
They did latency tests and stuff with Stadia, and compared it to the beta, and like it's gotten better since the beta, I guess. So it's even faster than it was before. And there's an option for developers to like emulate shit internet, so the games will run even on shitty connections, albeit at lower resolutions and frame rates. So like,
Good idea.
it's interesting. If it works, that's great. But like, they haven't even announced what it is. Like, is it a streaming service or is it a platform? They haven't said, because like if you're telling me you have to pay $60 per title just to stream it remotely on someone else's system, get fucked.
I won't work at all.
Yeah, you know, because it's like I'm not gonna pay you for less than nothing now. You know, it's like even worse than a digital download. So it has to be a streaming service, and if it is, I don't see how that would be profitable in any way, shape, or form. You know, like the Movie Pass, they tried to do that with movies, and movie tickets are way cheaper than games, and they're like getting fucking steamrolled because they're making no money. I don't see like Google wanting to take a loss on this unless they think they can make the revenue back from like esports and just like the streaming side. And so like it would probably, if they were going to do a subscription service, probably like what, $60 to $100 a month. It would have to be. So.
Oh no! Did I fucking die? Ah!
You're getting close. So I don't know.
So long.
You just gotta get good.
Long fight.
CM398 saying to use a damn gold orb.
I don't want to use a gold orb.
It still weirds me out that esports are a thing. It doesn't feel real. Yeah. Our moms all the time didn't know what they're fucking talking about. Can't do anything with video games.
My mom never said that.
My mom was like, every bad stereotype about 90s to mid 2000s parents or like cheesy moms, that was my mom.
Yeah, it seems that way.
It was funny, we were talking about like advancing technology and someone had mentioned like, would you get like a chip implanted into your hand if it was like helpful? And like, I would legitimately be skeeved out by that, even though I want my entire body replaced, because for my entire childhood, my mom would say that like, you know, the Antichrist is coming, is gonna like put chips in your hands to fucking control you. And so like, my brain grew up thinking that like chips in your hand means you're part of the Satan's army. So it legitimately weirds me out.
That makes me want to have it in my hand. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Why would I not want to be a part of Satan's army?
See, I want to be a part of Satan's army now for the memes, but because it's like been negatively connotated since childhood as a negative thing, it just instills me with unease at least to think about it.
Well, that's horrifying.
Yeah, yeah, you know, religion, not even once. You don't want to be a part of Satan's army because they're the ones fighting against the Devil Man. Good point. Which difficulty is he playing? It's not normal to take this long in the prologue. Well, this isn't the prologue. The prologue's done. Beat him up. I had a radical Christian friend once who genuinely believed that relying on technology would make you incompatible with God. That's what my mom believed forever. She thought the internet and cell phones were evil, and now she's addicted to both of them. And I find that hilarious and hypocritical. Do combos, did you? He didn't think he fought the other aerial juggle combo, so you do a punchline though, you can cool shit. Or at least with a smartphone you have some semblance of privacy, however little it may be. Compared to what?
Oh,
Did it?
well, there's a girl in there.
Yeah.
This is where I'm gonna see their tits.
I don't think there's any tits. I think there's some ass. Fucking destroyed.
I saw some ass. I saw a moderate amount of ass. Oh, now I'm getting the full. Oh, are her tits just so covered in goop that her nipples are invisible?
Yeah.
Oh, that killed my boner. Sorry.
Yeah, you gotta go pee. Sure.
I'm gonna have to tell her, man. I'm joking.
Y'all playing the PS4 version, aka the censored version. Unfortunately, that is true. Are there titties in the uncensored version? I've only heard about the lens flares covering up the asses.
Kill me right now.
It's a mystery. Yeah, PlayStation mandated it for some reason. I agree. Nico's a huge turnoff. Really? Nico's pretty hot. Lady's still the hottest. For PC, you can see Dante's nips. Oh my god. Alright. Digi's gone. I'm gonna replay a level once we get back. I wish it wasn't loading so I could duck out, but you know. How can boob censorship be mandated? Beta shit. Low T shit. Agreed. Oh god. Can you imagine Digi playing as B? Digi, you gotta play as B now.
Oh boy.
Totally different guy, with totally different control scheme, a totally different way of working.
Already? Do I get Nero back?
Yeah, you get Nero back later.
Alright, everybody, sing it with me. Censorship is not okay. Stream gay butt sex every day. That's my new song. It has no resolution because I haven't thought of any more of it.
Wasn't sure if that was a reference I wasn't aware of.
Nope. I just made it up.
Cool. You're getting some agreement in the chat.
What?
They're singing along in the chat. Are all the honey buns gone? You polish them off?
No. You gonna fucking advertise your fucking honey bun addiction?
This stream is sponsored by Post Honey Bun Cereal. The best cereal ever made. Confirmed by Anthony C. We have a dangerous amount of sugar and be almost 50% sugar by volume.
Blue orb, purple orb, gold orb. Gold orb.
Why haven't you bought any more HP yet?
I don't know. Should I?
I mean, do you want to not die as much?
I didn't expect to be switching characters so soon. I was like just getting into the swing of playing Nero.
Well, now I gotta get in the swing of playing 3 characters at once.
Well, so is it similar to Chaos Theory? Were we right?
Chaos Legion?
Yeah.
It's similar but better because you actually control combos on each guy.
That's what I figured it would be like. Has any reviewer pointed out the similarity to Chaos Legion?
A couple people have.
Well, I guess not everyone's a fucking failure. Black Panther.
You know, I was being keto for the last 4 or 5 days, and then I realized we have more honey buns, and now it's over. It's like crack.
Is there any way for me to just pan the
Well,
camera?
Kajiro Bidwithon actually bought a sneeze after watching 10 pages and draw. I wish I got a kickback on that, but I didn't. I'll just have to have... Your enjoyment will have to be all I get. Do you even know what you're doing right now?
Yeah, I'm fucking finishing them off.
Okay, good.
Yeah, get fucked, you cocksucker.
I wasn't sure if you were skipping all the tutorials and didn't understand the concept of the combat.
Oh, I got a bird.
You can kill that guy, he's white. you know, gotta kill the whites. White genocide. What V's all about.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. He's also edgy as fuck, and I love it. I'm going to Walmart as soon as the stream is over.
You dipshit animals.
Tell Digi to map Griffin to L1. I mean, you could do that. I ended up doing that, but I don't know if I want to confuse you with changing the controls that much.
Is that so you can just be constantly firing it at all times?
Because right now it's kind of difficult to move to do all three at once. But if you put one of your guys on your left hand, it's kind of easier to move everything around at the same time.
Oh, he can jump high as fuck.
You already have a double jump by
Oh, I got a hawk jump.
If you hold it, you'll glide around and shit.
I am a boy.
I wish my cane was as cool as B's. Maybe someday. Tom, you really make me want to go buy some fucking honey bun cereal. Dude, I'm telling you, I haven't even had... I've had it with milk once. You don't need it. I've had 3 boxes in 3 days I went through this. I got super fat, and it felt great. It didn't feel great, but up to when I got fat, it felt great.
I wish he had a more fluid, just like regular attack move.
You can't do any damage. Honey bun cereal.
Get the fuck out my motherfucking face! Get the fuck out my motherfucking face!
I wish money was that easy to come across in real life. Oh man. Skip from trying to
I guess I summoned Meteor.
Yeah.
DT. I'll DT you.
Do you think this Google console will end up like the Ouya?
I mean, I have no idea.
I gotta say...
How did the Ouya end up?
You don't remember it. That's why. That's how it ended up.
Well, I mean, like, once it came out, I never heard about it.
Well,
but I think it was just a case of, like, whatever was meant to be special about it in the first place was no longer relevant by the time it was actually out, right? Was it something like that?
I suppose. I mean, another huge problem was that it took so long to come out that the hardware at launch was so dated that, like...
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, it just was, like, kind of shit and out of... Because it took a...
There's like 4 of these left if you want a little bit before it's totally gone.
I don't need it. You can have it. I know you will enjoy them the most. I want to try it with milk.
Another reason I didn't have it with milk the entire week was because I don't have any milk.
Oh. Damn, I stabbed that guy like 3 times for some reason.
You know, sometimes you just gotta let it out.
Starring the DMC crew.
Yeah. Gotta let it out, gotta let it out.
Is that a song from this game?
Oh wants to snort crushed up honey bun cereals off Nico's ass shell.
Sure.
Okay. Very specific fetish.
Off Nico's ass shelf?
I guess that's what it says. Ass shelf.
What the hell is an ass shelf?
I don't know, but I like it.
I will not allow him to gain any more power. Die.
These are explosive barrels, are
Slice it.
they? What did I get? That's an orb?
That's what I said. I don't think anyone in this game knows what an orb looks like. You know, when you got a fat ass and you can set stuff atop it. An ass shelf.
That's kind of what I thought that they meant, but... I would call it a shelf ass. If I was trying to communicate that a girl had that kind of ass. Because ass shelf implies that it's something that everyone has. You're like, oh yeah, the ass shelf bone, you know.
I don't know.
But if you're saying that her ass is so big it could be a shelf, call it a shelf ass.
No thank you. Why is Notch such a prick? I don't know anything about Notch, so...
Isn't Notch known for being a nice guy? Isn't he generally known for being like the nicest guy in the world?
Notch? I know the left hates him and thinks he's a racist Nazi bigot.
That's ridiculous. They really feel that way about Notch?
Yeah. Ass shelf sounds like DLC add-on for your ass. Oh man, did you with the double S with the... Sick! Got a fucking triple S.
Oh, fuck.
Wrecking balls.
I got a fucking trophy. Why am I doing so good? What? I'm just fucking mashing the buttons, dog.
He's kind of a bit of a bigot though, and he also is pretty far right. So technically, I guess technically he is a Nazi if you're far right and a bigot.
I mean, what is he bigoted about?
Yeah,
Who
there's
is
some
he
hot
bigoted
political
against?
takes on this show. Yeah, I don't know what he said. I'm sure he's probably like snarmy and smart. I can't even speak. I'm sure he's being a bit of a dick online because like that's kind of what he is, like, you know, sarcastic and shit. But I doubt any of it's
Is
worth
he
it.
really like? I've always thought of him as like a very sunny kind of. All I ever hear about Notch is him fucking giving money to people, basically. So like, I don't really hear him making political statements or anything. It's usually.
I don't even
just
know
like,
if they're political statements. I just think they're things that people take the wrong way. But again, I'm talking out of my ass because I don't know anything he said. I just know of his tangential reputation.
Source of his strength. I must cut off his supply.
For some reason, I thought you were talking about V and not Notch. No, I'm not talking about V.
So they're saying V has far right politics.
I guess so. He's pretty edgy. It's like you do a school shooting maybe on a bad day. Is that like a faux pas to even mention that in a joke?
I would do a school shooting on a good day.
Oh, that's what gets us banned. A bunch of people are laughing at him right now because he tweeted "punch a comic" after previously saying, "If you think it's okay to punch people because of their political opinions, you're close to a Nazi." Well, one of those sounds like a serious statement of beliefs, and the other one sounds like a joke. But again, I have no context for these statements other than your comment, so I cannot say for sure.
I mean, it sounds like the first one necessarily would imply that the second one was a deliberate contradiction, right?
Well, how far away are these statements? You know, did he tweet them in succession, or is it like, oh, 2 years ago you said this when Richard Spencer got punched, and now...
I mean, I think it's probably that they were recently together, and that was the point.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done that many times where I make it clear that I think this thing is like a general objective truth, and then say something contradicting that because I have already established that it was, you know, I already established how I really feel. So now we can play around in this space, you know?
Sure.
Is there like anything more complex I could do as this guy? It really feels like I'm just mashing buttons right now.
I mean, there are combos if you buy them.
I see some crazy shit going on, but I'm not sure how I'm doing it.
If you hold down L1 and left and right with square, you do that.
Whoa, I got picked up by a bird and flew away.
Yeah, if you double tap A, that's your dodge, your air dodge.
Are you the right fucking guy?
Sick.
That's good. Apocalyptic.
Oh, Plural Culture asked whether Halo's campaigns are good because Master Chief Collection's coming to PC. They never played them. They're fucking great. Halo is a good game. It is not a meme for console.
Is the Master Chief Collection... It's not the remaster, is it?
What do you mean?
Is that the one where they remastered it for the... Well, it still comes with the original graphics, so I guess that doesn't matter.
Yeah. But yeah, they're releasing and they're adding Reach.
Just keep in mind that the HD version looks literally worse than the regular. You can switch between them on the fly, decide how you feel yourself. The HD version looks worse. The art design is worse, I should say. But yeah, Halo 1 and 2 are both fucking awesome. Halo 3 is pretty okay. Halo Reach is pretty okay, I guess.
I like Reach a lot.
I enjoyed it. It's a lot shorter, though.
Yeah.
Like, because the first game you can beat in like 5 hours, probably. If you're playing, you could, you know, co-op, beat it in one sitting, one afternoon. Halo 2 is a little bit longer. And then Halo 3 is like 10 plus hours or so. Like, it's definitely longer. And then Reach is only like 4.5 hours. But, it's still pretty fun.
It's not
I
even
don't want
nasty
to watch this
stuff.
guy's smug fucking face. This is such a bizarre combat system.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. I don't know if that one you can kill right now, the one's slowing down. Yeah.
Oh, am I meant to go up and do... yeah, that's what I should have figured that.
Aziz, someone's talking. Griffin, the bird, can talk. The goal is to kill the 3 heads, and it'll bring down the big guy. You can do more damage to him.
Yeah, makes sense.
The heads respawn though, so you gotta kill them fast. Otherwise, just keep doing
Makes
this.
sense. Where the hell's my bird?
He died.
I didn't know they could die.
Yeah,
How
if they
do I bring
die,
them back?
they'll respawn automatically after a while, but the closer you are to them, the faster the respawn is. Another thing you can do, you have Devil Trigger right now, so if you press L1, you can summon Nightmare.
Oh shit, I did it.
And then another thing you can do, if you hold down L2 and then press either triangle or square, you can use a bar of Devil Trigger to temporarily power up the other 2 summons and make them do better moves and shit. I wouldn't even bother wailing because your stick does literally no damage, so you're just like letting yourself get hit. It's better to like kind of stay away from everybody. And control from a distance. Which feels weird, especially considering you're just playing as Nero and the exact opposite's true, but... Protoculture was talking about Halo 2 Legendary. You should play it on Legendary first. No, I mean Legendary became a meme a lot in like the early Halo days because people would do it in co-op, which makes it much more doable.
Yeah,
And that was like the fun thing, like going through Legendary.
Legendary
with
and
your buddy.
co-op is the most fun way, but like you definitely need to beat it on a lower difficulty first.
Yeah,
Like,
I would start with
Legendary is fun because it's really fucking hard.
Right.
Like,
It's kind of like you're testing the mechanics you're already seasoned with. Just to understand like how the enemies will react and what guns to use in certain situations and things like that. Which in Halo 1 is just the pistol constantly, always, never use nothing else.
when
But,
I say fucking hard, I don't mean like, you know, hard like a lot of technical skill. It's just that like you really gotta like kind of learn the environment well, because like there's certain rooms that it's just like this room is going to take you all fucking day if you can't figure out like where to be standing at what
oh my
time.
god, you're alive with 1 pixel. You're alive with 1 pixel.
How does it keep happening? How does he keep getting away with it?
Jesus Christ. Coming down to the wire. It could happen, folks. We could be making this happen live right now.
If you were donating money.
God. Oh no!
Nobody donated anything. How is it supposed to happen?
I guess not.
Should I use my gold orb?
It's up to you, man.
I don't want to have to do all this shit again.
You guys ever played any Tom Clancy games? Really a little bit of Splinter Cell, a little bit of Rainbow Six.
I have not played any of them.
never been huge into any of the games under that title, brand, thing. I mean, you can see as I'm a huge Devil May Cry fan, something that's like, this is a realistic, tactical, first-person shooter. And it's like, nah, I'd rather, like, yell at demons, you know?
This is not autistic enough for me.
Exactly. And for hell.
Why isn't this fucker going down yet? He has no health.
I figured you would already be done.
Yeah, like what the fuck is going on?
Do you have to, like, stab him, you know, finish him?
I have to stab him, maybe? Oh, this shit's been going on.
This boss takes a little while.
Okay, wake up, you asshole.
What happened?
I don't know, I got a
what's going
fucking
on.
psychic headache, I guess.
I got a migraine, my bad, guys. Alright, he should. Ah, another one spawned right as you were about to finish it. What? Yeah, I don't know why he's still alive. It's very weird. Alright, take on. Okay. He should be. There you go. Now you can take him out.
Fucking A, dude.
Yeah!
Oh, put that fucking shit in his face.
The cutworm begins the cloud.
Oh, fuck. Desecrated.
Big Cobb.
Destroyed.
Oh, I smell something that's making me hungry. How long in are we?
We are 2 hours, 6 minutes.
2:06. The Devil's Sword Spada. Oh, am I switching to Dante now?
Not yet. I think it's like mission 9 or 10.
Dante! I wanna play as Dante, my boy.
Buying shit.
Alright, what do we got? Quick play. Celerity?
Hmm?
What the hell is celerity?
Where are you looking?
Utilize Shadow's celerity for high speed movement. Don't know what that word means. I can ride on Nightmare. Enemy step. Oh, I can jump on enemies' heads. Trigger heart. Green gainer. So much shit. Royal fork.
I never bought that, so I don't know if it's any good.
Oh. Looks like fun, but. Griffin specials.
We haven't gotten any cheers this entire stream. I'm not used to that.
Any what?
Cheers. Nobody get any bits. Usually you hear that chime at some point.
What's the most useful move?
That's a pretty good one.
Oh, that seems like fun. I'm gonna do that one. I have a fuckload of red orbs. Do they carry between characters?
Yeah. Your HP, Devil Trigger, and orbs all carry between.
Your HP? Well, now I'm gonna buy all these blue orbs. Hell yeah. I'm gonna be so overpowered. You about to see a motherfucker never die again. Alright. It jumped up in price considerably after that.
No one even saying anything in the chat anymore. It's like everything stopped when the game stopped.
I'll stop you, bitch.
No. I have to go to Walmart and get more honey bun cereal!
Fuck! Where my chat at? Where my boys? How many people we got watching right now?
Oh, 57.
We never tweeted about this one, did we?
I don't think so. We started late.
Foolish. Foolish of us.
We weren't very motivated. We're just dead weight
No.
when it comes to the tweets.
Well, sometimes by the time we're done fucking figuring out how to make the show run, we don't even remember what we are actually doing.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big, like, mood whiplash between I can't make my fucking computer stream and I'm now streaming. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a that frustrating rage, and then it just turns into like, oh, I have to be peppy and entertaining and crack jokes.
Or even just alive.
Yeah, I don't really know what that's like, being live. Fucking dead. Jalen Moneybags Harris isn't here. I guess not. Probably get mad at me for it later or something for not tweeting.
Forward without breaking through these.
How did you feel about what you played of Splinter Cell? Oh my god, that was a while ago. It's pretty good. About what I expected. And another person saying they missed part of the stream because of the daylight savings. Yeah, we started kind of late, so you didn't miss too much. Elgato fucked up all kinds of bad.
We started like 20 minutes late.
No,
Thereabouts.
it's a bad feel.
Oh, my guys are not working. My Panther guy is not. There we go. Okay. Go down. Oh, this is where. Is this where I came from?
I believe so.
Water fuck happened.
Have you ever played the Dark Souls 3 DLC?
No, I never did. I don't think.
I never played the Spider-Man DLC, even though I said I was gonna do that. Because it's $25 fucking dollars.
Keep forgetting that the secret boss in Dark Souls 3 was not a DLC.
I don't think you have to buy it. If you hold down, if you're holding down R1 and hitting circle, you'll like teleport to the guy's game. this on easy? I don't remember the pets healing passively at all times. No, this is normal. Dark Souls 3 DLC is probably the best part of the game, though.
I think that's true of all the Dark Souls games. The DLC are great. But it came out like a long time after I had beaten the game, so I didn't like. I was not in a position where I could go back and play it again. I think I was moving. I watched Victor play it on DigiBros. It looked pretty badass.
Play the DLC on stream. Commands the people.
If we ever like are really desperate for a game, but I'll have to play through all of Dark Souls 3 to get to it. However much of it is necessary. Wait, did I? No, okay, I'm thinking of Bloodborne. I did the Bloodborne DLC. Yeah, I never did the Dark Souls series.
Haphazard. He hasn't played all the content for his favorite game.
Well, I mean, DLC I consider like a separate experience, you know, I wouldn't consider that part of the game. I consider it like a sequel, like an OVA, you know.
This is Digi's PS4 account. No, this is a dummy account I made when the Devil May Cry demo came out, because I wanted to play it at midnight, but it was only out in New Zealand at that point. We just loaded it up so we could have a new game without any like OP new game plus moves and shit. Oh man, Ninja, I just rewatched the Guilty Gear lecture there. I just want to tell you you did a fucking great job. It's probably the most actually useful lecture. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It probably is the most actually useful lecture. Because none of that info is really easy to come by.
It was a nightmare to prepare for, but it was worth it.
Even Kingdom Hearts fans, like, if you've at least played through all the games, you probably know the whole story. It's just a matter of actually playing it all. Guilty Gear, you could play through all of that shit and have no fucking clue what's going on.
Yeah. What happens when there's no cutscenes in your games?
That's how it should be. Then I get to have videos explain it, which is fun.
I'm thinking about this from a cold capitalistic perspective. Do you guys have any more lectures planned? We don't even have RadCon 4 planned yet. Once RadCon 4 is planned, the lectures will be planned.
People keep having moments where they spitball dates when they'd like it to happen, but then nobody's talked about it beyond that.
None of us are committed yet.
Like, just the other day, Nate was like, oh, it'd be really good if we could do RadCon in June. And I'm just like, how do we know, like, when? Like, for...
Where and how?
Yeah, where and... Like, are
I
we
bet the
doing a
next one will be
Kickstarter?
in
What's
Virginia
going on?
Beach. I bet Nate will come out.
I don't know. We'll find out. But,
It's a mess.
whatever the case may be, I have a couple of lectures that I want to do, but I'm not going to start researching them until we have a RadCon in the bag. But the main one I've wanted to do is the Coheed and Cambria album lore.
That'd be cool.
Because they have there's a lot of it, and it goes a lot deeper than people would probably expect, since it is like a crazy sci-fi story. But then I also thought about doing a lecture on the rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine. Are you familiar with him at all?
I'm not.
He had one of the quickest rise and falls of any like celebrity of all time, where basically, starting late 2017 and through all of last year, there was this guy who blew up at first as like kind of an underground internet rapper, like a, you know, SoundCloud, really loud, abrasive noise kind of guy. But he had this really ridiculous aesthetic where he's called Tekashi 69, and he has like 69s tattooed all over his body, and particularly face. He's always got like this like Skittles colored like grills in his mouth, and his hair is a rainbow, and fucking he just looks extremely obnoxious and punchable. And he basically became famous for being obnoxious and punchable because he was all over social media, constantly talking shit, just being like a fucking punk ass, and hanging out with this gang. Well, eventually, you know, he was making like stupid amounts of money. He was getting really famous because he doesn't write his own songs. He just, you know, appears on whatever. And so he was doing fuckloads of music with all kinds of famous people throughout 2018, right? So he gets really big, makes a lot of money, but he's still being a total punk ass on social media, and still getting into trouble constantly, and still hanging out with gangs. Well, eventually, gang gets caught, and Tekashi 69 is like about to go to prison for the rest of his life. But he snitches on the other members of the gang in order to get into the witness protection program and potentially either have his sentence, you know, completely reduced, or I think maybe even he might not even get sentenced. I think he's just gonna have to disappear, you know. So basically, he had this meteoric rise, and like the whole time, he thought that nobody could do anything to him. He kept talking about how he was invincible, and that's why he was able to say all this shit, is because like, oh, he's the king of New York, and nobody's gonna fucking take him down. And then he falls apart in the most epic fashion imaginable. So I think that would be a fun thing to lecture about. There's already a lot of videos about him and like chronicling him, but like they constantly have to be updated. So I would just want to do one like complete definitive package. But I would have to do a lot of research because there's a lot I don't know.
That's pretty wild.
But that would be a very like topical, relevant one. Like if I wanted something that I knew people would watch. Because videos about Tekashi 69 get a lot of fucking views. But I also think a lot of people would appreciate a lecture on the Coheed and Cambria albums. Because there is nobody who's just like trying to explain it all. There is no comprehensive Coheed album. Oh, there might be. There might be someone who's attempted it. In which case, I'm going to go look and see. Because that would probably help.
Sure, bitter thorn. 69's all over his body. Skittles girls, rainbow hair. Witness protection. Good luck, buddy.
Yeah, no. He's definitely gonna have to have a lot of shit done to him if he wants to fucking hide himself. I mean, he's gonna have to go somewhere that like no one who has any connection to him at all would even want to go. You know, he has to go off the fucking grid.
Yeah, the only one I was thinking of doing either Animorphs or Godzilla. Probably Animorphs.
Those would both be great. Well, see, the only thing about doing Animorphs is that, and this is just my advice to you, is that it's not as fun to do it if you feel like the audience should just consume the story themselves. You know? Like, because, like, to me, the fun of it is that we're talking about something that you do not want to go do all this research and figure out how to, like, you don't want to have to go and figure this out. But like with Animorphs, you can just read the books.
Sure. My thing with the reason why I'm considering doing Animorphs is just that, like, it's a meme for all the wrong reasons. Like, it's actually legitimately good, but everyone just like looked at the covers and thought they were ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it's just like someone's got to step up to the plate. Someone's gonna be like, look.
Yeah. I mean, I guess any kind of big like Animorphs analysis video that just talked about why they're good would be cool. A lecture is as valid a way as any to do that. Jesus fucking A. One thing I don't like about playing this guy is I feel like enemies take too long to kill.
Yeah,
It could just be because I'm not doing good enough combos, but it feels like it takes a long time.
Animorphs is something that no one will actually go read unless you make a lecture to it first. That is a good point.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what I think you were trying to say, is that it's underappreciated. I'm sure it has like a fan base, but
Yeah, I mean, I've seen art for it and stuff on it.
I definitely don't hear people talk about it all the time.
No. The people who read it, they know. Everybody else, they don't know.
They don't know Obama.
Yeah, they don't.
God, I hate his fucking face. He really does have the shittiest, smug fucking Kylo Ren fucking Max Landis. Oh, I like Max Landis. That's not even a knock.
Aren't Animorphs books like insanely violent? Yeah, there's tons of blood, gore, a lot of psychological
All I remember
damaging of children.
All I remember from what I read of Animorphs is the word blockbuster was in there. I was like, whoa, blockbuster. I've been there. I think I read like a chapter of a book of Animorphs as a kid.
I missed out, dude.
Apparently I did. I was like a little young probably to appreciate it when I came across it.
If you want to do more damage, you should give the guy who summons the Devil Trigger. That'll make their attacks stronger.
I know you could give them Devil Trigger.
You hold down
I don't know
R2,
what the fuck's happening at this point. Shit's gotten crazy.
summon Nightmare, he's fucking shit up.
Why was everything like purple and shit?
I think this guy has like little orbs that like slow down time. And this is the guy that does that. Yeah. In those orbs, time gets slowed.
This is so fucking crazy.
There's a lot of shit going on.
He keeps like hard teleporting.
He's straight up fucking Skull Knight from Desert.
He does look a bit like Skull.
You guys ever played Unreal Tournament? Yeah, I played the OG Unreal Tournament on school computers because our
Damn.
upperclassmen hacked all the
Now I
computers.
know you're fucking old.
I mean, it wasn't like new at the point. It was like it was an older game because the computers at our school were so shit and couldn't really play the older games.
Do you have to control Nightmare, or does he just do his own thing?
If you buy the upgrade, you can get on him, get on his back, like going up to him and hitting him.
Right, but he's not like you don't have to press the X button to control him.
Not in this, no. And when you just summon him, he does his own thing. Rex train.
I don't know if I've learned anything, so I'm just gonna use Gold Orb.
Tom, could I play this game if I haven't played the other Devil May Cries? Yeah. I mean, again, the story isn't so much like there's a lot of things like nods and homages and like character continuity that you won't understand, but the game's about the gameplay, so you enjoy the gameplay.
I mean,
regardless.
really, the question is, do you have any reason to play this one first? Because the others are good. Like, Devil May Cry 1, 3, and 4 are all considered masterpiece games. So yes, you could play this one without playing the others, but why would you? Just
I mean,
play them
the game
all.
will be more enjoyable if you play the others. Because the problem is, like, once you play, like, 5, going back to, like, 1 will feel clunky and not as good. Like, I still love it. I think it's still really fun. And you'll have fun, but the entire time you'll be like, why can't I do these things that are staples later in the franchise? There you go. Take him down. Circle.
Get fucked.
Measured by the clock, but of wisdom no clock can measure.
Damn.
So thank God we can still say cuck on Twitch.
Yeah, for now.
I was like trying to search for what fucking expletive I wanted to use, and I was like, well, half of these will probably get me kicked. So let's go with cuck.
Fine. I must chase him. If the devil sword spot is still
He looks a little bit like Andy Samberg.
Think about this for a minute now. What will you do if you find him? You gotta be strong and
Emo Sandberg.
and you, sir, are not.
Alright, I can't take the voice on that stupid talk.
Fuck damn. Is this the first DMC I'm assuming you have ever played?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No. We did a whole podcast about Devil May Cry. Come on now.
Not everybody's gonna listen to the podcast.
Gotta listen to all the podcasts. Player change Nero.
With your ad blocks off.
Huh?
With your ad blocker
Oh
off.
yeah. No ad block on I Am Games. That's not true.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't wish that fate on anybody.
It's true.
Are we jumping 2 minutes back in time to Nero's story?
Maybe. I didn't pay attention to the times. I paid attention to the fucking sick bites. And the midriff. There's a great amount of midriff in this game.
Now that I got it in stock,
She's got a lot of tattoos. Also, why does she have like a thick southern accent? That is weird. Never noticed it. Okay, so I probably want to get like all the combos, right?
Yeah. What are there's probably some abilities you'll probably want too, like general abilities. Enemy step is useful, I will say.
What does that do? Oh.
Let you
Well,
jump
I
on
don't
enemies.
even have enough for it.
It basically lets you do a
Shit.
triple jump off an enemy. You know that
Let's
enemy is the
just get all
first
these
jump.
fucking basic combos.
Roulette spin's really good.
Staccato.
I'm doing some dot hack references up in here.
Oh my god, you know the staccato?
I know staccato. He says staccato way too often.
Staccato! I can't believe you remember that.
Dude.
Victor was just referencing it on. Well, actually, it was in real life. It wasn't on Vic and Hope.
That's right. I can interact with my family in the flesh, not always through a computer screen.
Alright.
Sandalwood again. I want to eat that fucking tattoo.
I'm a fat bastard. A fat bastard. I'm a fat bastard. I'm a snatcher.
Buck Norris keeps asking, how can you compare Devil May Cry to Dark Souls? Especially since you've played multiple games, they don't play anything alike.
What? What did I compare it to?
Dark Souls. It was comparable to Dark Souls, apparently.
I mean, everything is comparable to Dark Souls.
I think it means they're similar. I think it was the implication.
I wouldn't say that this game is particularly similar to Dark Souls,
Okay. I
except
guess-
in like small elements of the art design that maybe are influenced by it, particularly in the first boss, or the tutorial, not tutorial, but demo boss. I believe Donkey singled this boss out as a pain in the ass in his video.
You gotta grapple on those things.
Oh. Big boy.
If you watch the cutscenes, you know you have a big glowy weak spot you need to get on top of them.
I can see it. I know it's there. I'm just trying to fucking weaken his goddamn legs. Because I assume he'll fall down.
You can also just grapple on those and immediately go onto his back, any one of them.
Oh. Come back. What's this? Oh shit, that's cool. That's some Godzilla shit right there.
Dude, new Godzilla trailer looks so good!
What do I gotta do now? Oh, they're on the outside.
Just gotta beat him up.
Where do you think you're going?
Come back, you fuck. I didn't ask you to walk away. You bitch.
You can get up there, probably.
Come back to me. Oh, he's picking it up. Or he's shaking it. Shaking it down. This fight's gonna take a while, isn't it?
Jet. This boss is cooler once you get more air mobility. Yeah, agreed. What is the best marketing for a game you've ever seen? I don't know. Can't think of a game that particularly stands out to me as being great.
Dead or Alive. With the Jiggle Physics commercial.
There was a Jiggle Physics commercial for Dead or Alive.
Do you remember that Japanese commercial where all the guys are like staring at a TV, moving the controller slowly up and down, and it shows the TV and it's just tits moving up and down?
No.
Oh my god. I can't believe you haven't seen it. It's one of those, you know, one of those Japanese commercials that they talk about. The kids, I mean. It's like an old meme. But it gets brought up a lot in like feminist critique of games marketing and media.
Of course it does.
But it's a fucking great commercial.
Well, we're gonna kick off Twitch now for saying that. It's not for Dead or Alive. It was an ad for Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2
Oh,
for the 6-axis controller.
yeah. Same company.
What are you doing?
First hit gets hard. Yeah, there we go. We're getting a chain going. I don't know how you dodged that, but good job.
It's pretty sick. I shouldn't have fallen because it looked like it opened back up right after I did.
Yeah, get fucked. Yeah, you got this one, dude. Volbeat says Tom is alive. I'm alive. I did it. I breathed.
Alright. I think we can pretty much call it here.
Okie doke.
I killed the big fucking tentacruel. Oh, his fucking face fell apart.
Having a bad day.
Yeah, it's not going good.
These things are rude too. What's going on?
Sparkly boy.
Got him. Did you guys pre-order Sekiro? Of course not. You
I
go
don't
to the store
pre-order
and buy it.
shit, bitch. I got an S on that fuck. I'd say that's as
Clear
good
it
as it's
on a
gonna
high
get.
note. Yeah. No pun intended. Are you guys gonna getting review copies of Sekiro? God, if only.
Could you imagine? Well, I got a Metroid Prime video in the works, so look forward to that, bitch.
Be the games you want to see.
Maybe we'll do a podcast about the Google machine.
We could do that.
Hey. Signing out.